What is going on, guys? Welcome to Rayman Legends on BlackTideTV. So finding a game for my Ubisoft E3 video was a little difficult. I recently finished Far Cry 5 and was not the biggest fan. You can check out my final review of that game in the description down below. I haven't yet picked up Assassin's Creed Origins, though with the reveal of Odyssey I definitely need to catch up. And I can't say that I've ever played Siege or the original Division. So I'm falling behind on my Ubisoft games, but luckily enough, Rayman Legends was on my shelf. It's been on my shelf for years, and after just 2 nights of playing this game, I'm completely done. So definitely need to pick up some of these newer Ubisoft games, especially the prequels to the sequels that we'll be talking about in today's video. So Ubisoft did a fantastic press conference, one of the best in my opinion, which was really surprising. I was not expecting much out of Ubisoft. I knew they were going to announce Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I figured it would be more of the same, but it really took me by surprise. There were some other games in there that I wasn't expecting to be such heavy hitters this year at E3, so I really think Ubisoft did well, and they really made it entertaining. Something about Ubisoft and Bethesda both, they knew how to make it entertaining for the viewers. They knew that it was a show for their audience, for the people that play their games. Whereas Microsoft, EA, they felt more like they were trying to cater to the investors. Like, look at all the money we're about to make you. But with Ubisoft and Bethesda, they did really well in showing the audience how fun it is to be a gamer. In previous E3 videos, I've highlighted specific titles from each of the press events to keep things entertaining. However, with Ubisoft, I'll be going in chronological order. Ubisoft, in my opinion, did a fantastic job of spacing out their heavy hitters to keep things fresh and moving forward throughout their presentation, rather than leading us on for an hour of indie garbage to have the big reveal come within the last 10 minutes. So to kick us off, there was a huge dance number, dancing pandas and guys playing the trombone to announce Just Dance 2019. I've never played a Just Dance game, but if you're into party games like that, I think we all kind of knew Just Dance 2019 was going to be a thing. Just Dance seems to come out every single year or every other year, so Just Dance 2019 has been officially announced. Beyond Good and Evil 2 reappeared on the E3 stage this year. The initial reveal at E3 2017 left much to be desired for such an ambitious title, with nothing to show for 15 years of development but a CGI trailer. And again at E3 2018, a CGI trailer, with some brief glimpses of gameplay, and yes, that CGI trailer did reveal Jade, the protagonist of the original Beyond Good and Evil, to be the nemesis of this title, which doesn't make a ton of sense because this is supposedly a prequel. I don't know, I don't want to get into the logistics of things. I'm just saying, I expect to see more from a game that's been in development for 15 years. There wasn't even a release window. This, coupled with the newly announced Space Monkey program, a new development that will allow community members to submit their ideas, music, artwork, etc. into the game for the final release through Joseph Gordon-Levitt's hit record company, it makes me feel like this game is never going to come out. Which makes me sad because the game does look really cool, it's a very interesting idea, it's so ambitious, and I just want to see the game actually go somewhere. It seems like it's in development hell, there must be a problem. So outside of the CGI gameplay trailer, we had a couple new bits of information. It's an action-adventure RPG you'll be able to play in solo or co-op with your friends. You're essentially a space pirate captain in a distant galaxy near the end of the 24th century. It's a seamless open universe, and you can fight on the ground and in the skies at massively different scales. But that's all we have on Beyond Good and Evil 2. Maybe in 10 years, we'll actually have a full gameplay trailer and a release date. Rainbow Six Siege appears on screen, and the live audience holds their breath in anticipation of a major reveal for the franchise, and Ubisoft takes this time to announce a documentary they'll be making about 6 or 8 community members. So that was disappointing to say the least. Trials Rising, the latest in the Trials franchise on the other hand, was surprisingly exciting. They are handcrafting this game with community member feedback. As a content creator, to see that Ubisoft is taking a guy that made Trials tutorial videos on YouTube and using him as a serious consultant for how to craft the tutorial mode in the upcoming Trials game, that's pretty exciting for me. There's going to be a closed beta, it's coming to Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be out February 2019. The next big reveal was somewhat spoiled by box art as well as the Microsoft press conference, but Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is one of my more anticipated titles post E3 2018. Having never played the original, I can't compare the two for you here, but gameplay looks tight and responsive, and the endgame DLC plan for The Division 2 is nothing like I've ever seen before. After completing the campaign, players will choose a specialization for a new progression path. There are 3 specialists to choose from: the sharpshooter, demolitionist, or survivalist. Each specialist has their own unique weapon, a crossbow, grenade launcher, or Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle, so I already know which one I'm picking. You'll also be able to unlock additional equipment and abilities by progressing through that specialist path. There are new 8-player co-op raids for The Division 2. Raids were never a thing in the original. However, now you get to play 8-player co-op, which is crazy, to complete a massively difficult endgame activity. There are 3 planned DLC episodes for the first year of content that will include new stories, new locations, new activities, abilities, and weapons, and they're free for everyone. All DLC for The Division 2 is absolutely free, included with the purchase of the original game. And they've planned for years of frequent content updates to come. This is DLC done right. If I'm not mistaken, the major concern with the original was with endgame content, and it really seems like Ubisoft is trying to remedy that with the sequel. I'm very excited to see what they have for us on March 15th, 2019. Another musical performance for Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle Donkey Kong Adventure, which I'm assuming to be a sequel to the original, though judging from the trailer this wasn't blatantly obvious, and therefore this could be DLC. It is set to release June 26th. Skull and Bones, the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag spin-off, appeared with a ton of information, some of which is slightly concerning. Piracy is dead in the Caribbean. This game will take place in the Indian Ocean, so just after the golden age of piracy. Players will be able to personalize and customize their battleships with unique weapons and abilities. I did happen to notice common, uncommon, and rare items, and therefore microtransactions are a definite possibility for Skull and Bones, though I also saw that you could unlock loot chests by boarding enemy ships and destroying them. There is drop-in co-op, though you can't trust anyone. Anyone can turn at you at any time. It is a shared world, and you will see other players playing as pirates. They may attack you, they may side with you and help you on your missions, and then attack you afterwards and take all of your loot. There are ships with special abilities, and there is on-land gameplay. That was a big question I had from the original reveal last year, was will we be able to walk around on land like we could in Black Flag? And yes, you can walk at least around your pirate lair. Elijah Wood, best known for his role as Frodo in Lord of the Rings, next took the stage to discuss Transference, a game announced last year as a VR sort of horror title where you'll be taking the perspective of different family members to figure out what's going on in this very strange, realistic acting world. It's still very vague, and it's still a psychological thriller, and it's still in the works, though they've also announced that you will be able to play it on traditional consoles and not just VR. Starlink Battle for Atlas, a Toys to Life game revealed in E3 2017, made a brief appearance to announce the Star Fox Special Edition exclusive to Nintendo Switch. For Honor had a fantastic CGI trailer for their Marching Fire update, which will include new characters, locations, modes, including a castle breach and single-player content. The Crew 2 announced its open beta starting June 21st before their launch later this month, June 29th. And of course, the final reveal that we've all been waiting for, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The latest in the Assassin's franchise will take place in ancient Greece during the Athens vs Sparta Peloponnesian War, and exactly as you'd expect from a game set during this era, there is large-scale Braveheart-style combat. Think 300-style combat with dozens of men out on the battlefield fighting each other, and you can move from one combat scenario to another, just continually engaging with enemies. There is also naval combat returning. The Athenians were actually very well known for their naval combat. It's not going to be like Black Flag naval. It's going to be like battering rams on the ocean, kind of naval combat. Odyssey seems incredibly focused on ancient Greek theology, giving the player godlike powers when using Leonidas' spear, and from a brief scene towards the end of the reveal trailer, it would appear we'll be fighting a minotaur at some point, so that could be really cool. In terms of plot details, we don't have a lot yet, but we will be playing as an outcast Spartan mercenary. We can choose between a male or female character. Right off the hop, you can be a female protagonist, and choices and speech options, including romances, will play a part in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So you can actually choose what you want to say, like in a Fallout game. Before, you'd always have to just go with whatever they were saying in the cutscenes, but it does look like you can make choices, and those choices will impact your gameplay. Yada yada, we've heard it 1,000 times. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey comes out October 5th. And it looks to be a really, really interesting title. I wasn't as interested in Origins. I kind of looked at Origins and thought, okay, they're trying to reboot the franchise. It looks all right. But Odyssey looks really cool to me. I don't know. I'm a really big ancient Greek history, theology kind of nerd, so I'm all over this. And I'm definitely interested. I don't think as many fans were expecting a follow-up to Origins so quickly, so I'll have to get caught up on Origins and get into Odyssey by October 5th. But let me know what you think of the Ubisoft E3 press conference in the comment section down below. The Division 2 is definitely one of my favorite showings of the entire conference this year. Good and Evil 2, thoughts there on this 15-year in development game, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Skull and Bones. There are a ton of games here. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.